You know, at the moment you're born again, you're no different than baby Jesus in a manger. He was a baby. He didn't know how to speak yet. He wasn't aware of who he was. He had someone speaking into him who he was from the moment he was born until he was about 12 years old. And he came into the temple and he had a revelation. So much so that his parents said, "Where were you?" And he's like, what do you mean, you guys? You've been telling me my whole life who I am. Where else would I be? I was in there doing my Father's work. That's every single one of us. We have to grow into the knowledge of who we are like he did. And it says he grew in favor with God and men. He grew in the knowledge of who he was all the way to the end until he's in the garden saying, "Restore me to the glory that I had with you from the beginning." He remembered it all. It all came back to him, who he was and where he was from. And that is available to each and every one of us who are born again. We just have to keep growing, keep meditating, keep believing, and then open up our mouth and prophesy, even to the elements, the whole earth. Like Pastor was saying earlier, Sister Jill and I have been revelating on how the earth, we have dominion over the earth. This body right here is made of the earth. I have dominion over this. It was all given to Adam. He did something with that, but Jesus came and made up all the difference. So all dominion, all power has been restored. The earth is the inheritance of the believer. This is our planet, guys. Let's take this thing. We can speak to the wind and the waves, and they have to obey if we know it. The only thing, there is nothing. We have the fullness. If Jesus had the fullness of the Godhead dwelling in him bodily and he lives in me, then I have the fullness of the Godhead dwelling in me bodily. All I have to do is know it. And you know how you know it? You get in your word and you read everything that he said, what he spoke, what he said about you. He said it's a mirror. And it says, don't go to the mirror and be like the man who looks for a second and walks away and forgets what he saw, what manner of man he was. But get in there and see who it says you are and believe that and chew on it over and over again. And it just starts to grow into revelation, like Pastor was saying early. When you receive the revelation of the truth of who you are and whose you are and your oneness, we've all been baptized into one spirit. I've been reading Mariah Woodworth Eder, and she was talking about how it says you'd be saved and then you'd be baptized. And the baptism is not about the baptism with water, although we do that as a public profession of what's going on the inside. But we are born again by the Spirit into oneness with Christ. The Spirit that lives in him, that rose him up from the dead when he was dead, repaired his intestines from hanging out of his body on the way up from the grave, that lives in you. Oh my goodness. That's better than any lottery. Whatever you're waiting for will never compare to what you already have. You just have to look inside and ask the Lord, light me up. I want to go out into the world. I want to preach the gospel to the nations. I want to raise the dead. I want to heal the sick. And I want to bring the kingdom to the earth. When I walk into the room, the atmosphere is shifting. Every word you say is shifting the atmosphere. It's doing it when you believe it, when you don't. But if you believe it, oh my God, he will come through you and he will wreck the outside of what is going on wherever you are. Rise up, church. It's a time to rise up. We got to know who we are. We got to know who we are. Open up your mouth and prophesy.
Come on, invite him to light you up. Come on.
Hey guys, I wanted to personally just take a moment and thank you so much for taking time to join us in worship here at Kingsway. We are so honored that you've chosen to be a part of our worship family. And I want to invite you, if you've been blessed by the service today, come and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you're updated when we post new videos. Also, you can look us up on iTunes podcast under Kingsway Worship. And we're going to begin to post all of our worship moments on that podcast that you can get free of charge. Make sure to share our videos with your friends, family, so that they know what God is releasing, the sound that He's releasing in Kingsway Church. We want everyone who wants to be a part. Thanks so much.